everybody, welcome back to another episode of JIRO and CHI's English podcast. We are coming at you on a Monday. I hope everyone's having a day out, nice long holiday. So the last day of Golden Week. So
it's so sad that we only at the last day of Golden Week. Did you enjoy Golden Week?
Yeah, get to relax a little bit. I mean, I didn't take off the days in between the two long holidays, but if you guys did, I hope you enjoyed your 10 days, huh? That's a nice long holiday right there, huh?
Yeah, some people have a long, holiday, like 10 days, and some people don't.
Okay, well, there was a lot of things that went on. I think the Takatsuki Jazz Festival was happening. That's always
I mean, most people don't know about the Takatsuki Jazz Festival, right?
Hey, man,
it's not that big.
Huge here in Kansai, so
yeah,
it's nice to.
Aside from that, I mean, do you watch baseball?
No, I'm not. No, I don't watch baseball.
To begin with, I'm not a big fan of baseball, but I just watch some Otani games. I mean, he's amazing, man.
No, please shed some light on his amazingness.
I mean, he hit 3 homers in 2 games.
Really?
He hit back-to-back homers. Now he's leading the league, in home runs, and he's crazy.
Yeah, I don't think he's pitching this year, huh? I think he's just he's only hitting this year, right?
Yeah. He's just rehabbing the ace pitcher. Now he's focused on that.
Okay, that's good. That means his offensive numbers are gonna shoot up, huh?
Yeah, but I think he hasn't adapted his full potential yet.
Really? You don't think he's at his physical peak? I mean, he's what? He's in his late 20s, early 30s?
Yeah, 28.
Yeah.
I think he's 28.
Okay, so maybe he hasn't hit his peak physical or his peak physical yet, huh? Period. I mean, I imagine it's coming soon, and once that aligns with his his skill level, his abilities, that's gonna produce some bigger numbers, huh?
Yeah, I mean he's like the LeBron James in the baseball. Actually, he lives up to on all the expectations that we have, right?
I think he will surpass some great players, huh? In terms of stats in the coming years, huh?
Definitely. I mean, he already surpassed on the record that on former MVP player Hideki Matsui in terms of home runs, the number of home runs.
Well, Matsui played how many years, huh?
I don't know, probably about 10 years or so. I mean, he played for what's the name of the?
He played for Yankees. He played for
Yankees. Yeah.
He played for a couple other teams. I think he played for another team. Got traded once. So, but at any rate, he played for a lot longer. So I mean, Otani's reached that number a lot faster in a shorter period of time, right?
Yeah. I think he hit about 170 home runs in total or something. He already surpassed on Hideki Matsui, and that's crazy.
Yeah, it is, huh? Well, hats off to him. Hopefully, bigger things are to come. Hopefully when he's healthy and he can then again pitch and hit. I mean,
yeah.
Right now baseball is I think it's experiencing a resurgence, huh? In terms of popularity.
Sure.
With him leading the way, I think, even though he doesn't speak English, I mean, to the media, I mean, people are still very interested in him and baseball. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I think if he spoke English, he'd be more marketable. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
So at any rate, we'll see, huh? How things pan out.
Yeah. Anyways, so what are we gonna talk about?
Yeah, on a different note, today's topic, I stumbled upon a topic about bookstores in Japan. Huh?
Bookstores in Japan. Okay.
Like,
sounds interesting.
Does it? You don't sound very interested. No. This article just goes on to talk about how these bookstores are evolving in order to, stay in business, huh? Like with the evolution of Amazon and other online EC sites, I mean, shopping has changed forever, huh? And so especially with bookstores, I mean, like back in the I think early 2000s, the late 90s, early 2000s, I think bookstores were at their peak power. Right? I mean, there were still places to congregate, meet. You know what I mean? I used to work at a Barnes and Noble in the States, which is one of the probably the biggest bookstore chains. And
okay, is it like a style in Japan?
Yeah, not like Sutai. It was more like Kinokuniya, I guess. Kinokuniya.
Kinokuniya, yeah.
And they were huge. I mean, at one point, like people. I mean, students would go there to study, and people go there it's a place to hang out, go on dates and stuff. I mean, it was really popular, right? And I think in the early 2000s, I think that's when Amazon started to take off. And at one point, I think Barnes Nobles had an opportunity to like sort of take over Amazon, but they didn't. They didn't buy it. You know what I mean? They could easily, but they didn't.
Yeah.
But like I said, bookstores. I mean, now in the States are not very popular. I mean, maybe independent bookstores are places to hang out and stuff, but I mean, not like they were back then.
Yeah.
And since living in Japan, I mean, I noticed that bookstores are still, more or less they're around, right? I mean, there's a bookstore at every big station, and people go there to hang out and have coffee. I mean, I think adding a coffee shop definitely helps out. Huh? But I mean, what do you think? I mean, is there still a place for bookstores? I mean, 10, 20, 50 years from now?
I guess so, because there's been a controversy about printed books and ebooks for more than a decade, and then it's been an interesting topic to talk about over the past decade or so, right? I mean, initially I thought that when ebooks were first introduced by was it Amazon?
Yeah, Amazon,
right? So I think there was a kind of significant speculation about whether they'll overtake like printed books entirely, but the red has been more like a nuance or subtle. It's not what is happening. So I think people. I mean, there are some people who love the physical books instead of the ebooks. Yeah, I see that the significant growth of the ebooks in popularity.
Yeah.
Right.
I mean,
like myself, particularly because it's kind of convenient and easy to just read books and on a regular basis. But I sometimes feel that I want to read in the physical books.
Yeah, something about turning a page and smell. I mean, the smell of a book and just how it feels in your hand. I mean, according to this article, I mean, we're looking at in the early 2000s in Japan. There's nationwide. There was 20,000 bookstores, huh? And just this past March, I mean, it's plunged to 10,918. So we're talking about it halved in a matter of 20 years or something like that. Huh? So I mean, I'm wondering, has ebooks, I mean, had that much of an effect or more? I just think it's the convenience of ordering and the economics of ordering books online, right? Because most of these bookstores, they sell new books, right? But I think even Melcati, I mean, like now I purchase most of my books from Melcati because, I mean, why buy a new book when you buy a used book that has a little, a little rough corner here, a torn page here and there? I mean, not a big deal. I mean, but you get it for half. You get it for half the price. I mean, not a problem if you ask me. Yeah.
True. I mean, the only platform that I use for buying books are Amazon, and the other one is the Mercari, like you said. I mean, it's easy to buy stuff there, and then it doesn't have to be new books actually, right?
Well, like I said, I think if it's just if you're reading a business book or a novel, I mean, you don't need a new book, right? If it's something that you have to write in, of course, naturally you're gonna buy a new book. Huh? But I mean, like Japan also is home. Well, Japan is home to some of the has some of the highest literacy rates, huh? And I think young people, I mean, read a lot. I think compared to other countries.
Young people, did you say?
Yeah. Well, I mean,
really?
From some of these some of the data I've looked at. I mean, whether it holds true or not. But I think if you look at like the amount of bookstores that Japan has, I mean, in its metropolitan areas, compared to other countries. I mean, like I go back home and like there's not a bookstore in sight. I mean, they've all closed down. Huh? There are.
You mean like a small
big store, big bookstores like Barnes Nobles and Borders. They don't. They're very rare. I mean, because like I said, people go there, and when I was working there, most people that did come in were just reading the books for free, and then they would just they just come back every day and read the same book. You know what I mean? And like. I mean, we didn't have a policy against it, but I mean, the idea was the longer they're in there, the higher possibility of them buying something. Huh? But turns out, it wasn't true.
In my view, I mean, since the ebooks has was introduced in the market, I mean the purpose itself of going to the bookstores has changed. I think before the ebooks has just was introduced. I mean the going to the bookstore is to buy books actually, right? Yeah. But now people go to the bookstore to just enjoy the experience of just looking for books they're interested, they might be interested in, and then finding the books that they might be interested in, something like that. Like just seeking out the kind of experience of just being there and being surrounded by the tons of books and they are interested in, or something like that. Because the most of the big the bookstore companies like Kinokuniya and Tsutaya, they of course sell books, but they have kind of space for customers to enjoy like drinking coffees and stuff like that, right? So it's not just going to the books. It's not about just buying books anymore.
Well, like I said, it's a place to hang out too, isn't it? I mean,
kind of.
Like, because I mean, the people that I see going to these bookstores, I guess you're right. They're not really. They're just there to look at the books, right? They're not there to actually purchase anything. Huh? Like,
it's almost the same as being at the Starbucks. I mean, being at Starbucks is not the purpose of it. Just
they want to be seen. You mean?
Exactly, or just being there. The sole purpose of them going there is I mean? Like,
it's a place to hang out, right?
I don't know. I mean, because I'm looking at the some articles about the new trend of bookstores in Japan, right? That you just sent me, like staffless, like the bookstores and the share shops, or just kind of new ways of just.
Well, they're gonna have to evolve. I mean, in order, like you're gonna have to find like some kind of niche, right? So some of these independent bookstores, they have like shelves where up and coming authors can rent and then put their books up on these shelves and. I mean, they're gonna have to. I mean, you have to specialize in something, right? Find your niche and just push it and lean on it, huh? Because these big box like stores like Kinokuniya and stuff, they sell everything there. It's so massive and huge, right? I mean, and I guess a lot of these, if you're really a book lover, I guess you want to find sort of like your place. You can call your own bookstore. You know what I mean? It's sort of like cool to find your own very little like a bookstore and get to know the owner and stuff. Because I mean, I think a lot of these independent bookstores, the owners have relations with the customers. They come in often and they're able to talk about like certain genre, whatever it is, and they're knowledgeable. I guess in other words, because if you go to a normal bookstore, I guess I'm just speaking in generalities, but I don't think all the staff are quite knowledgeable and in the entire bookstore. You know what I mean? In every single book. So I guess that's a good point when you go to these independent bookstores. You have these owners who are very knowledgeable in that area and they can point you in the right direction, right?
Yeah. But it's kind of interesting that the trend of staffless the bookstores are kind of on the rise.
I have not seen that. I mean, I was reading about it and I'm like,
I haven't seen any of them in Japan in person, but can you imagine what would happen in the States?
Nothing.
That have kind of
because most of those dudes they wouldn't go in there because they can't read, right? So all those criminals.
You're so fucking biased.
Hey, man, it's the truth, man. Like that's the last place they're gonna rob. Go to a bookstore and steal books.
But it might be true. I mean, you might be right, but I'm thinking that only in a high trust society could put this on.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not possible to do this kind of a business model in some states. Like it's just dangerous. I mean,
well, I mean, just look around Japan. I mean, you go out to you go shopping and you see these all the drugstores. They have the products outside of their store, right? And I mean, you can easily walk by and snatch it. I mean, I'm sure it happens. I'm sure it's on the rise now that you got all these tourism and stuff. But at any rate, like you said, you probably couldn't pull it off in the States. A staffless bookstore or something along those lines. So at any rate, so everybody, thank you very much for joining us today. Hope you enjoyed the podcast. See you next time. Hit the like button and leave us a comment or any questions for any future podcasts. Catch you guys later.
Yeah, thank you so much. See you next time. Bye bye.
Bye.
ジローとチーの英語で雑談を聞いてくださり本当にありがとうございました。質問や感想、ポッドキャストで取り上げてほしいトピックなどありましたら概要欄のリンクにてご連絡お願いします。またこのポッドキャストを聞いて少しでも良かったなと思ったらお聞きの媒体にてぜひ良いレビューをお待ちしております。
Thank you for listening to JIRO and CHI's English podcast. If you have any questions, comments, or topics you'd like us to discuss on the podcast, let us know through the link in the description. And if you enjoyed our podcast, leave us a positive review on the platform where you listen to it.
では皆さん、次回のエピソードでお会いしましょ
う。Looking forward to seeing you guys again in the next episode. Take care and see you guys later.
Bye!